I think you can hear me now, actually. I'm going to try this over again. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Saint Win. And I may be your friend, I may be your foe. I don't know, but all I know is that I am in a depressive state. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, just a wee one. A pretty big one, actually. But I am working through some things, as we all are, because, life is life. And I had a conversation with my best friend, Cuz. If you know me personally, you know what it is. If you've been listening to the podcast for a little bit, you know my cousin, best friend cousin, is just my best friend. And my cousin, who I would burn the world down for. But she's just amazing. And she's giving me a lot of her capacity to listen to me gripe, and I do the same. And I'm just thankful for it. But she is actually the reason why I'm doing a podcast today, because she gave brought up a phrase, and she was saying in a voice memo, just let me know how I can support you. And I consider myself a smart person. Went to college, got not one but 2 degrees, dose. One in anthropology, one in psychology. So I consider myself smart, but my emotional EQ or my vocabulary just ain't what I wish it was. And that's okay. Well, a lot of us are just now learning new phrases like self care and boundaries. What are those? The difference between what is gaslighting, because gaslighting is basically being made to feel crazy, even though you know there's some fundamental truths by a particular person or group of people. Trauma bonding, trauma, like all these little fancy psychology words that people are so scared of embracing as a reality. I'm still learning them. And I know when she said support, I was just like, my first thought is like, what is that? What does that look like? What does support look like? And so this episode is going to be titled, What Does Support Really Mean? And I wanted this to be the first episode back because I messed up. I got nominated for an award, and my fear and led to procrastination. My procrastination led to shame, and shame led me into more depression. And it's just such a cycle, a cyclical cycle of mental bullshit. I can't think of another phrase to think of. It's just like mental bullshit. And it's so real. It's mentally draining. It's frustrating when you're not living up to what you feel is your true self. I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear me. I'm sitting on my couch because I be feeling like I have to have the right setup and the right this and the right that and the good lighting and the da 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 da. All the ish that will make you feel like you're just not good enough. And sometimes you just need to freaking start, you know? I'm trying not to cuss too much. You just need to freaking start. And so today got I did some work for a couple of my old employees because work is working my everlasting nerve, and I promised that I was going to help them, and I like to be a woman of my word. And hell, if I'm going to help somebody, it ain't going to be myself first. So this again, what does support look like? Y'all, the show's called Cosigns and Tangents for a reason. So, but I'm catching it. I caught it. I came back. So what does support really mean? And so when I was talking to her, and so I, I just wanted to talk about something that really hit me hard. So Support. What does that word actually mean? And I'm reading from a little scripty script. I'm going to be honest, I did use AI because even though it is not to me ethical yet because of what it's doing, what Grok AI is doing to South Memphis, I'm a Memphian, it pisses me the frack off. But I am using some information I used from the past. I just want to be open and honest and transparent, but I also use it just to gather my thoughts and as a stream of consciousness. But this is what I wrote, what AI wrote. I'm so damn trying to be ethical, y'all. Trying to be ethical, but it's hard out here for a pimp. Anyway, so first, y'all, welcome back to Cosigns and Tangents. I know it's been a long time since I left you without a dope beat to step two, but procrastinating, I'm stalling. I wanted to talk about something that hit me hard today, and that is support. What does support actually mean? We hear it all the time. I'm here for you, and let me know if you need anything, but what does support look like in real life? And I feel like us people, maybe millennials, the people who are in my age bracket, people who I think listen to this podcast, we probably are hyper independent. If you're single, what up? And you're used to doing things by yourself, you're hyper independent, and you just used to just doing things. So earlier today, I had an epiphany doing a conversation with my best friend cousin, and she asked me, "What support do you need?" And again, my first thought was, "What is support?" I didn't even know how to answer it. And then she offered something simple, but it was powerful. She knows that I've been burnt out with life and work and work and life. And I hit her up earlier that day and like, "Hey, I think I'm burnt out." And she was like, "Oh, honey." She said, "Oh, honey." She didn't say it like that. She said, "Oh, I thought you knew. But I didn't want to tell you. But that's why I've been trying to, gently push to therapy and, things like that." And I was just like, "Oh, well, damn, bitch." You could have told me, but it's okay. It's not her place to tell me where I am emotionally, but it's her place as a loving person is just to support me when I'm able to accept the times. When she said that, of course, my first thought was to like be like, "No, do you have the emotional capacity?" And she said, "I wouldn't have offered if I didn't have it." And I tell you what, my chest tightened, but I had just such a sense of relief, and I was just like, "Oh, that's what support is." Like, that's what support is. It's just taking just a little bit of that mental load off of me, made me feel so free and so taken care of. And I haven't felt, sorry, I'm not trying to cry. I really haven't felt taken care of since before my mom passed. And it was, I think, end of 2021, going to 2022. Something happened with one of my family members. I felt betrayed. Like, have you ever cried where the tears just fall out your eyes? You don't even have to will them. It's just that sadness is so heavy. It's just falling out your eyeballs. And something happened. My car got messed up, and I hurt my knee really bad. And my mom, God bless her, at this time, she had 9 toes. She had 9 toes, and that sweet woman came over me and she rubbed my knee as I just cried. And, it just felt like, oh, somebody's finally taking care of me, because I was just trying so hard to take care of everybody in my family. And my mom was like, "Saying, you have to just let it go. You have to let it go. You cannot force people to bend to your will. You cannot make people live the way that you think life is supposed to be lived." And I was like, "You're right." And that was the year, I think 2022 was the time that I had to not really go no contact. I just didn't go home. I didn't go home for a full year and a year and a half almost. And honey, I had a time. I had a good year. I had a good year. I was able to focus on the podcast. I was able to focus on the adventures of Ada. And I was just living life, honey. I was driving to Atlanta to promote books and sell books with a fellow author, self-published author, hanging out with Negroes, honey. Beautiful, beautiful Negroes. And it made me realize, dang, how much I miss black people and being black and just being blackity black. I'm black, y'all black. And it was just great. And my mama said and she gave me the permission, back to what I was going back to saying, she gave me the permission just to take care of myself. And I did that. So that was just that time I just remember feeling taken care of. And so when she offered me that support, I just felt so relieved and just so thankful. And that moment, it hit me. I got emotional because I realized I didn't truly understand what support was. Or maybe it's been so long that I had a supportive, like a physical supportive person. Like, I have friends, don't get me wrong. Like, shout out to my friends who still listen to my podcast, who ask about it, who ask about my books, who just check in on me. Like, shout out to J Boogie. She hit me up about the holidays. She said, I know the holidays are really hard. Just sending you love. And I was like, thank you, girl. Like, thank you for thinking about me. But I was able to, have some holiday front time. But when you are an adult orphan and your older parents are gone, you just feel very alone. And so the loneliness definitely hit me through the holidays, and that codependency, that need to have something to latch onto is so strong. And but anyway, just to kind of get back to the moment, you know, it just made me emotional because she was just able to take that one thing, and that made me think, like, support, support, support. How can I support myself? How can others support me? How do you support yourself? What does that mean to you? Self support is part of self care. Being open and vulnerable is self care. And no shade, it's not getting your nails done. It's part of it. It's the little superficial parts where, you just know sometimes you need your outside not to reflect the in, but you also got to take care of the in, baby girl. You got to take your meds on time every day. Clock it. Clock that tea. I be feeling so old, but I kind of love it. Clock the tea. Anyway, you got to drink that water more than one cup, okay? You have to, and my therapist, she told me, stay away from the words have. You have to. You need to. You're supposed to, because those are prison words. I love her. She's such a black lady therapist. And because those are words you don't, those are words that elicit those obligations, those heavy, like, those deep sigh words. But anyway, so just back to when she said that, it just hit me that I didn't understand what it meant. And doing things for yourself is just not those words. You have to put those actions. And her just saying, stepping in and saying, like, I got this part for you. That simple act lifted so much off my shoulders and just gave me just a sense of peace. Like, I was like, I started laughing, but it sounded like I was crying. And she's like, bitch, I don't know if you laughing and crying. And I said, bitch, I don't know if I am either. It was definitely both. Like, there was no tears, but there was just a sob of relief. And I've been over the last like 6 months, just to kind of go on a tangent of how I got here. 6 months I've been trying to, like, not really map it out, but really just understand my triggers, understand my cues, understand what brings me down when I get down. And a lot of times it is around, the crimson tide, but now you're getting older because I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 next year, which is crazy. I am the new adult. It's so fucking crazy that I'm almost 40, because 40 looks totally different than what I thought it was going to be. 40, for me, I thought I would be like, my kid would be 20, or not 20. And then I expected to have children maybe like 27 or 35, but none of those things happened. And so there's just been a lot of grief in this decade. That's going to be another topic. I'm going to try to do a couple of, So, but anyway, I just wanted to reflect on that and just ask you, to the people, to the 45 people that still listen to this, the 4 to 5 people that, or 45. Actually, there has to be more that listen to it because I got nominated for that award. And the last thing I'm gonna say about that award, what happened was, um, remember asking for help with self care, y'all. I didn't realize that. Ding ding. I know some of y'all be like, "Bitch, you late." I'm like, I know. Sorry, I be crashing out real bad. Self care is asking for support, asking for help, delegating, learning to delegate, being vulnerable with yourself and with others. And I have like t-shirts that I created on my website that I don't promote at all. Self-care requires sacrifice. And self-care, and what I mean by that is that you have to sacrifice the shit that's not good for you. Honey, I love the garden. And that is part of not the good self-care. That's just a a balm, a salve, a band-aid. What I really need is to talk to the lady, my black lady therapist. Probably go reevaluate my medicine, which I'm planning on doing. And I have to not let the money always be the situation. But it is the big crux. But again, that tangent, honey, I be going off. So when she said, "I got you," and she lifted that little thing off my shoulders, I almost didn't even give her the information, and because I was still trifling and just not trifling. Again, I'm not trying to talk shit about yourself. That's one thing. That self care. Don't talk to yourself like that too. Okay, talk to yourself with love, grace, kindness, because you deserve it. Okay, inside of here is just that little kid, and I remember my weight loss therapist. He asked me, if you had a child, what would you do with that child? I said, well, I'll take care of it, make sure they get their meds and da 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 and all this stuff. Then he said, then why can't you do that to yourself? I'm just, okay, doc. I just met you. You come at my throat like that? And he did, but it made me realize that I should take care of myself the way that I took care of my mom, the way I take care of my brothers, the way I take care of all those around me, and it's okay to do so. Selfishness is the only people that call you selfish are the people who are used to taking advantage of your kindness. And so if those are the ones who calling you selfish, don't listen to them. They're mad because you have taken their power to control you away, and you are standing on your own 2 feet and living for yourself. And there is nothing wrong with that. Anyway, just make sure you're taking your meds, honey. You're taking your shower. Find little successes. Like right now, the way my brain works, because my house is just, it's looking real lived in. Okay, I really want to clean up everything, but that's also being very overwhelming to me. So I have to make a compromise for myself. There's something in my house that I really want to do. I'm going to do it, and it's going to start me off on a good foot to keep chasing that little dopamine. Self care is just making sure the things that are around you feel good. Your home is clean. You're clean. Eating well. Do I have food in my kitchen? No. I got carrots that I meant to juice like 3 to 4 plus weeks ago. But I've been eating. Has it been great food? No, but your body still desires and needs to be nourished regardless. So, ask yourself, what do you need support with? And how can others help you? Don't wait for someone to notice that you're drowning. Yeah, hooty hoo, something, Batman signal. Because survival in 2025 means speaking up for what you need. So, support is not weakness, strength is community, and it just starts by asking. That was AI, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, like it was AI. It was cute, basic. But it starts with just asking. And the one thing that I think I was mad at myself at is I got nominated for the award and I procrastinated because I kept trying to make a video or a post or a new podcast episode. And every time I tried, it just didn't meet the needs. And I just kept procrastinating until I missed the complete deadline. So if you voted for me, thank you. I didn't help. I didn't help at all. I was scared. And I have to remember the things that my mom taught me is that lady. Oh, she's so cute. I'm going to show you a picture. Uh, Anyway, I'm not gonna show a picture. If you know, you know who she is. If you want to see a picture of her, comment, subscribe, like, and maybe so I can get out the clutches of capitalism. Um, I just, she did everything. She did things scared. My favorite story is I was in college, or I was in Chattanooga after college, and she called me. Oh, it was kind of after I think it was before my dad passed. And she was like, it means something when you do something scared, right? And I was like, yeah, Mom, it means that you're brave. And she said, yeah, because I sure don't like driving on the expressway. But I did it. And I was like, yeah, Mama, that's what's up. I'm so proud of you that you did it. And so if you're scared to do something, honey, just do it. Like, I'm scared to tell you guys how I fucked up on the BEC award and did not put the link out there because deep down I was scared to take those steps out there. I'm just going to be real. But I'm doing another episode, recording an episode with one of my college classmates. Went to college with him. His name is, I want to call him by his nickname, Scrappy. But I think he goes by his real name, Gary. So, hey, what's up, Gary? I look forward to talking to you. And we're gonna talk about our moms, and we're gonna talk about grief, and we're gonna talk about life. I hope to talk about UTC and how growing to a predominantly white institution shaped us to be the people that we are. Ask for help. It's okay. And you don't have to let everybody know that you ask for help. But only you, the universe, the Lord, or whoever you like to talk to, or nobody, will know who you talk to and who you ask for help. And you don't have to post it. That's the funny part. You don't have to tell everybody. You can rock in silence. That's my friend. He said, I want to be like lasagna or something. There's no real G's move like lasagna or something. Like, because the G is silent. Anyway, I love y'all. I love me. I like to thank me. And my cousin and my mommy and my ancestors and y'all for giving me your time. Turned this little 5-minute post into a 20-minute post. But you missed me. You know you did. You love the way this voice. Let's do some breathing exercises because my friend Getchy Boo said that I have good relaxing voices. Let's breathe in. And I want you to make sure you breathe into your stomach, okay? Because we breathe in our chest. That shit ain't going nowhere. Breathe into your stomach. Push that belly out. Do that 4 times for me, okay? And then go drink some water, take some meds, and eat a salad, honey. You probably ate no beans or no fiber for 3 weeks. When's the last time you took a poop? Anyway, that is too personal, too codependency, and that's for the next Solo Dolo podcast on Cosines and Tangents. I love y'all. And, of course, I'll see y'all next time. And bye-bye.